de l'exposition peut-être? Comment? Vous voulez passer pour voir l'exposition? Eh ben allez-y, sinon vous faites le tour et c'est là-bas. So 1,237 barrels for the first and the second label. So sometimes, for example, here you can read LB. It means Lynch Beige, the first wine, and 2015, the vintage. And sometimes you can read ELB, Eco of Lynch Beige, the second label, the second wine, and the same vintage. Vous voulez peut-être, en fait, vous voulez joindre la visite? C'est ça que vous vouliez dire, non peut-être? Ah non, parce que normalement c'est visite groupée, c'est en anglais, c'est pour ça. C'est bon? So, Lynch Beige receives here 14-15 months, receives 70% new oak and 30% 1 year old barrel. Eco of Lynch Beige receives here 8-9 months, receive only the 1 year old barrel, no new oak, never. Every 3 months for each barrel we do the raking. The raking thanks to a glass and a candle. The aim of the raking is to separate the wine from the sweet part, the lees at the bottom. The lees are tiny part of skins or tiny part of pips. So first we unblock this cork, put in a tap, a pipe inside an empty barrel. Then we take out the bong and the wine flows down inside the empty barrel. When the wine arrives here, around the tap, around the cork, we stop the raking thanks to the tap. We unplug the pipe and put a receive below the tap. Then we turn on the tap and the wine flows inside the receive. And with the glass and the candle, we check if the sediments, the lees arrive. You can see the lees inside the wine thanks to the glass and the candle. And if you see the lees, we stop the raking because the aim is to separate the liquid part from the solid part. The raking lasts for about 15 to 30 minutes and we do this task every 3 months for each barrels. It's clear for you, the raking? Yeah? It's clear? Perfect.
Do you use anything to clear the sediments out of the, to clarify the wine?
During the aging, only the raking with the glass and the candle. But after, we do another. I will explain. Yeah? So, after the raking, we have 2 barrels. This one and this one. This one on the floor is not totally full, and this one not totally empty. So for this one, we add wine, and when the barrel is totally full, it's against the oxidation. The barrel can retransfer the aging. So this one with the lees and the wine, we transfer inside another empty barrel. We stay focused on this. A barrel inside is like a sponge, there are any pores. So we need to disinfect the barrel after the raking. So we put a piece of sulfur inside, the sulfur burns and the smoke disinfect the barrel. And then we wash with cold water or steam. And after we can use this barrel for another raking. And if we do the raking on the new oak is lighter, you can compare the difference. We can use this barrel for another raking, but only for Lynch Beige, because just the Lynch Beige receive a new oak. We use the barrel for 2 vintages and after we sell to the other estates. For each barrel is the same oak, French oak, and the same toast inside, the medium toast. You understand what it means, the toast? Yeah, everybody?
Yes, and toast.
Yeah, exactly. So we work with 10 different coopers, and for each cooper is the same toast, the medium toast. So one barrel, the size is 225 liters and around 300 bottles and 3 woods. Yeah.
Yeah, so
You can count if you want here. I count there are around 400,000 bottles here. Yeah. So the French oak.
keep you going.
Yeah, drink.
Yeah.
Then the chestnut.
Yeah.
We say it here after the tour.
Lost to each.
So the chestnut in the past was a protection against the insect, the bugs. For example, the spiders hate the chestnut. A protection against the splinters, no. So if you check the barrel is softer, not in the past. So the people took the barrel here, so it was a protection against the splinters. And we steer the chestnut because it's a protection against the damage. Because when the barrel is empty, the barrel is around 40 kilograms. We turn the barrel on the floor, and for example, you can see the damage on the chestnut. Here on this one. because we use for twin ages and after we sell to the other estate, so we must protect the barrel. Okay. And the last wood, the pine, this one, the aim of the pine is to press the barrel to keep the form of the barrel, because the oak moves. So it's exactly the same aim with the metal, to keep the form of the barrel. Yeah? You have some?
This is oak.
Yeah.
This is the pine.
Just to press. Exactly. And this is the chestnut. Some questions? No? So after the aging, the wine returns inside the stainless steel vat and we do a second blending to make uniform the wine. For example, Lynch receive a new oak and the 1 year old. The new oak gives more flavors, more aromas. So we need to blend a second time to make uniform the wine. And then is the fining, another filtration to clarify the wine. The fining with egg whites.
Oh,
Yeah, you know, everybody know this task or not?
yeah. Only found out this morning.
Already? Oh. So if you have the fining with the egg whites and the wine is like the oil and the water you didn't blend.
Yeah.
The egg whites through the wine and cut the solid part. It's like a filtration, a clarification. We do the fining inside the stainless steel vat and the fining lasts for about 3 weeks, 1 month. And we use pasteurized egg whites. After 1 month, the egg whites are at the bottom with the sediments, clarify the wine. And the wine, thanks to the fining, will be rounder because the egg whites cut the stronger tannins. After 1 month, we do another raking to separate the both, liquid part, solid part, and then it's the bottling machine. So we count 2 years between the harvest by hand to the bottling machine. And before the bottling machine, there another filtration to remove all the part of the egg whites. For example, if you are allergic, if you cannot eat egg whites, if you drink the wine on the back label, you cannot read this wine contains egg whites. So there another filtration to remove all the particles of the egg whites. And then the bottling machine, so 2 years. And about the fining, in the past they used around 3 egg whites per barrel. So the yolk, no waste, never. The nuns took the yolk. Yeah, exactly. The nuns took the yolk inside the estate and they cooked the special cake of Bordeaux. You know it maybe?
Yeah, in Bordeaux it's very famous. Right?
Tell me the name.
Candidate.
Cannelé,
Cannelé.
exactly. So the nuns cooked the cannelé for the poor people. It's an explanation why the typical cake, the special cake of Bordeaux. No wine, no cannelé, no wine, thanks to the nuns. So it's about the history and explanation what's the typical cake. Yeah? It's clear for you the winemaking process? Yeah? It's clear the different steps? And the last, so we work with 10 different coopers and you can see the stamp of the different coopers on the barrels. Deltos, Vicar, Sori, Berger and so. So if you have no questions, now I invite you to go to the tasting to practice. Yeah?